What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you from the Wilds of Eldraine Early Access event. Thank you to Wizards of the Coast for giving me access to this account for the next 24 hours. I have this God account, as you can see from the amount of gems that I have. With which I can, showcase all of the new cards and mechanics from the set to you guys. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. Without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. The first of many. I kind of just got into the client and I've just started putting the decks that I've theory crafted in. Of course, Rat Tribal's coming soon, but the first one that I've been most excited about seeing whether it can finally be like a little bit better than it already was is going to be Selesnya Artifacts. And the main new card is the Elvish Archivist over here. One that was on my top 10 list, and I think it's definitely going to be quite, in testing it's been amazing. It kind of helps us gel together the enchantments and artifacts and the various, sub-themes from all the last couple of sets that have to do with that. I like to keep the Steel Seraph here because most of the time we're playing it on 3, which is also why we only have 22 lands. I was able to just cut a couple and fit some more things in. So, of course, we've got Skrelv to protect our stuff, but it's also an artifact. And Teething Wurmlet makes absolutely perfect sense. It's such a good one-drop for this archetype. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life and put a +1/+1 counter on it. And then if you manage to put more than 1 artifact in play per turn, then you still gain the life, but you only get the +1/+1 once. Still really nice. Then we got Glass Casket. It's a reprint. It's always been really good. Continues to be good. So, yeah, I mean, it's an artifact. Triggers all of our artifact synergies, and you can exile creatures with mana value 3 or less. So, amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Then, where we start to gel together the enchantments and artifacts is we are playing Michiko's Reign of Truth, which is an enchantment, but it also, it gives creature +1/+1 until end of turn for each artifact and or enchantment you control. And then Ossification as well, which is an enchantment, great removal alongside our Glass Casket. And I don't think I need to belabor that point. It's quite clear where the synergies are. But what brings this all together is the Elvish Archivist, because whenever one or more artifacts enters the battlefield under your control, you put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Of course, these triggers only once a turn, which kind of sucks, but it was probably necessary. It would have been a little bit too busted. But then also, whenever one or more enchantments enters the battlefield under your control, you draw a card. So I really like the fact that, when the Reign of Truth exiles and then returns to the battlefield transformed, it comes into play as Portrait of Michiko. It's an enchantment. It'll trigger your Elvish Archivist, drawing you an extra card. It's really been phenomenal for a little bit of card advantage in a deck that does not have that much of it. Then we've got the sneaky one of the deck, the Ozolith. Just thought, why not? Initially, I had more of these in here, but it's been okay. Of course, it doubles your +1/+1 counters, so great. And this is definitely a deck that's all about that. But just not a very impressive, 2-drop. If it's just cool if you have it, not game-changing if you don't. But I wanted to also fit in more of the newer cards, so that's why I ended up trimming some Ozoliths and bringing in additional copies of Agatha's Soul Cauldron, which also gives us a nice little bit of graveyard hate, because there's been a lot of this reanimation stuff going on. I've run into quite a few content creators playing the Lich Knight's Conquest or whatever and reanimating 4 things on turn 5. Broken card, as I initially suspected. So this is going to help us a little bit with that. But the other nice thing is that most of our creatures are going to be getting +1/+1 counters on them in some way, shape, or form. The Elvish Archivist, the Teething Wurmlet, the Patchwork Automaton, the Simian Simulacrum puts counters on things. We're going to be putting counters on most of our stuff. And the Agatha Soul Cauldron also does so. Whenever you exile a target card from a graveyard, when a creature card is exiled this way, you put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control. And then all of your creatures with +1/+1 counters gain the abilities of the cards exiled with it. So can be actually really ridiculous. I'm still haven't gotten it to super duper go off in any of the matches, but I think if this is probably a good shell for it. Let's put it to the test and see how it performs tonight. We all know Patchy Boy over here from way back in Kamigawa. Whenever we cast an artifact, it's a +1/+1. And then Simian Simulacrum and Steel Seraph are kind of our, like, just gravy, man. This just keeps coming back, you know, with the Unearth, and every time it ETBs, you put 2 +1/+1 counters on things. So nice. The first time you do it, you know, you cast it, it triggers the Automaton. It enters the battlefield, it triggers the Wurmlet. And so then they already got +1/+1 counters. Then when it ETBs, you also trigger the Archivist, and you put 2 counters on something, and now you've got this blocker, and you can block with it, and then next turn unearth it, and put more counters on things. Just amazing. And then the Steel Seraph, of course, is probably one of our main win cons alongside Michiko's Reign of Truth. Just out of nowhere, play it. Now your Patchwork can have flying. Now your Archivist can have flying, and you just get in, you know, fly in over the top. It can also help us with life gain against aggro. We all know how much I love Steel Seraph. Just phenomenal. And that's the deck. As I mentioned, 22 lands. 1 Eiganjo, 1 Boseiju. Didn't go too, you know, I only kept the faster of the dual lands because I still needed quite a few basics for the Ossification to work nicely. I might consider cutting like 2 more and putting in some farmlands. I think that's still enough. 10 basics is still enough, I think, for the Ossification to work nicely. So let's jump into some games and see how the deck performs against the other content creators. I've been testing this one quite extensively. I just lost a ridiculous match to Ali Eldrazi. Oh my goodness, what a deck. He was playing some like Simic, crazy freaking nonsense. Like, he engineered a turn against me that I was... Wow, I wish I was recording it. Just... Woo! Mr. Swayze. Mr. Swayze. Guys, I keep saying this about Swayze. Please go give him a follow. He's an absolute legend. I love his decks. And he's really like my kind of brewer. He does this, like, his content's very similar to mine. Like, we try to get creative, make some interesting, fun, janky stuff. Love the guy's energy, everything about his channel. I highly recommend you go give him a follow. I think I've got a pretty good win rate against him every time we do bump into each other. Badoosh. So Rakdos, is someone else playing Ratties? Could be. There we go. That sucks. So let's go with the Steel Seraph. Michiko's off the tops, nice. Sure. Sleeper. That's such a nice top deck. Just what I wanted, baby. I guess I haven't shown any new cards yet. But that's okay. I think that's just game, my dear fellow. Ow! No new cards. The shell still rocks. I've always enjoyed this. Let's hope to draw some of the new cards in the next game. Just, yeah, I'm here to showcase new stuff, so it's a bit disappointing when none of it shows up. Oh, I wanted to show you guys the new pack opening thing that they've done. There's a new, like, animation. Check it out. Now it goes, and you get to scroll this way. I think that's really nice. Like, congratulations, Wizards. That's a nice little upgrade to the a pack opening animation. On to the next one. Let's go Archivist. Come on. Turn 2 Archivist into... Oh, it's a pity that it's a 2-drop. I guess that's... I mean... Couldn't be a 1-drop. It's like the whole deck's 2-drops, and you kind of want to play your Automaton on 2, because then you want to grow it quickly, but then you also want to play your Archivist on 2, and then you play the Automaton afterwards to trigger the Archivist. It's one of those kind of similar... There've been other, like, signpost uncommons for the Selesnya and artifacts. There we go. Bunch of new cards. So let's go Archivist on 2 and risk it dying, I guess. But whatevs. Ooh. Ooh. It's old Bramble. Oh, this just dies to everything in the format, so probably just gonna die. I hope we draw... I hope it doesn't die, and I hope we draw a land. Ah, well. That's a lot of mana. Please don't play Shield Red already. Interesting choices. What was that? You may play an additional land this turn. Okay. So I think it's time to get rid of these brambles before they can do things. And we got the Ossification for the dragon. I wonder which cards of mine he snagged. Looks like one was a land. This thing reanimates a thing every upkeep. So that's, let's see, red. That's like all of my, you know, he can get rid of all of them. Search his controller's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards of the same name. Bye-bye and never seen again. That sucks. Now you've seen my Ossification. What? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Well, I guess we have to play the other Glass Casket. Take out our own Simian Simulacrum, which is really not cool. Really? Douche. Oh, he's got nothing. He can start taking my stuff, though. Oh, my goodness. So here comes the dragon, I guess. Doesn't have haste. Oh, this guy's going full on. Ooh. Ooh. Card from Aftermath that saw 0 play. Sure. That's an interesting line. Eh? I guess all we need is a Steel Seraph off the top and we're loving life, so let's try and do that. Come on, give me that Steel Seraph. We should be able to survive one more turn. Meh. Oh, so close to the finish line. This card is sick. First time seeing it across the board from me. People are coming up with some easy stuff, man. So much card advantage. Now these guys all get to be 4/4s. I have no idea what's going on. Honestly, this is some crazy ass shit going on. Steel Seraph, let's go. Let's go, baby! Let's go! Nothing has life gain, right? Let's go. Tiny little dinky artifacts, destroying dude with bunch of new rares in his deck. Check it out. I mean, this was like just, he went all out on all the crazy new stuff. I like that idea though, of using Rebuild the City to make copies of the man's lands. That is a sick idea. I am so gonna try that. Because this Restless Cottage is bonkers. Like, I cannot wait to play it. But, hey, 2-0. Very nice. Gonna keep these videos a little shorter than my usual, like 45 minutes, because I wanna hammer out brews all day. I'm literally gonna be at the computer all day and all night until early access ends. I'm just gonna keep on going until I fall asleep at my chair. So, yeah. The shorter I keep these videos, the more different early access brews I can record. And I'm trying to get at least 6 good ones to cover me until set release day. But also just because I'm having so much fun. Gosh, this has been like, it felt like one of the longest waits between the fall set. It's always so slow and so long. This one felt really, whew. The meta was getting so boring in standard. I'm super happy that we are where we are. Yeah, that's a keeper. And we found our 3rd land. Keep Steel Seraph back. Uh-oh. Iron Crag. Iron Crag? What is this? Oof, this begs the question. What's better to do? I think let's apply pressure rather than play another automaton. We'll play another automaton next turn. We'll go Agatha into automaton. But that's plenty ramp. There we go. Oh god, I hate this card so damn much. It's really difficult for me to explain how much I hate that card. Honestly. Whenever? No, okay, only creatures put +1/+1, so there's no point. Ah, Sunfall. Destroying my life. Over and over again. It's just some... What is this? Like, what's going on? Please explain. Alright. I really hope there isn't another Sunfall in your freaking top 20 cards of your library. This card is my biggest gripe with Standard right now. It's just so boring to play. Okay. Okay. It's not enough for Sunfall. It's enough for Depopulate, though. Creature. Alright. What's going on here? Honestly. No idea what he's doing. So far, it just seems like a control deck and just like some really weird colors for a control deck, but yeah, nah. Kogla and your dog. What is going on? Why doesn't it have flying? Isn't it supposed to gain flying? All activated abilities. Alright. Makes sense. Okay, let's see if he whiffs. Or if he just straight away gets like ridiculouscards.com. Looks like pretty ridiculous. Only one has haste though. Holy cannolis, man. What a crock of shite. Yeah, we're just dead, so whatever. Whatever! GG. What? Okay. Gross. That is hilarious. What a deck. Oh! What was that? What was that? I have not seen much of Galta and Mavrin over here. Maybe it's time for that to change. What a ridiculous card. Rampy with Iron Crag and stuff, some control elements, and then Thunderous Debut. Top 20 cards. Of course, you'll find the stuff you want in the top 20. Alright, 25 minutes in. That's where I want to call it, so gonna have to leave it at that. We did get to see some, like, of the new cards in action. We learned a few things, so jumping back into the deck with my final thoughts. Agatha's Cauldron, activated abilities only. But still cool, we got to put some counters on things. We saw how it can be used for graveyard hate. Elvish Archivist, we got to draw some cards off of it. We got to, get some counters on it, so sweet. And then Glass Casket, is a reprint, so nothing really important to add about that. So cool little deck. needs more work. Cannot wait to come at you with version 2s and version 3s in the coming days and months, so stay tuned. But that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all in the next one with another fresh early access brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.